My name is Adonis D. Johnson. This is sure you get personal growth. We're going live on YouTube. We come on in the 3 o'clock hour, which is what we in right now, as well as on Facebook. I want to greet you with peace and love. Hello, Sister Sonia. Welcome, everybody. The Invisible Crown Army. You know what we do. You know why we meet. And you know what we here to meet up and do, right? Listen, first off, let me just say happy early. Come on, God, I feel you already. Happy early Mother's Day. Some of you, your mother has already crossed over. She did her job. She did her work. Come on now. But you now, you will be celebrating tomorrow a Mother's Day where everybody on earth is reminded that this is the day that we chose to remember and be reminded of what it takes to be a mother. It's a process. I feel the spirit early today. This is the rude awakening. I don't know how this thing, in order to receive, you have to be for something different. I feel a shift. To be perfectly honest with you, I've been meditating. I've been asking God so many things in regards to my life. This is a period of release. I have been released from a lot of areas, right? I'm no longer operating in those areas. Not only have I been released, I also had to release some of the things that if you don't got it by now, if you don't have it by now, if you don't understand this by now, then you have to find another ship. You have to find another way. In order to get the God, ask yourself, how you getting there? Are you going to fly on an airplane now? Right? Are you going to take a train to get there? Are you going to Uber to get somewhere you trying to get to? How you trying to get to where you trying to get to in order to get your blessings? Many of us, we have got comfortable. We done got lazy. We done forgot what it takes in order to get what it is we desire to have. I greet all of you guys today, everyone that will be hearing my voice today. My name is Adonis Johnson. I am the creator of something amazing that the world is waiting on. They are waiting on I Am My Life Coach. It's a self-help awareness tool that you can use. Not only will you not feel guilty, not only would you not be stuck in your emotions, not only do you won't feel like everybody else is prospering, not you, it will actually do totally the opposite. It gives you your confidence that you need. It gives you the power of now that you need. It allows for your foundation to be established so you can begin to build the house that you desire to live in. This is a time period of healing the heart. So I will be healing my heart for the rest of this month. Healing my heart has a twist to it. Somebody called me and they reached out to me and texted me and say, "Are you in love?" I said, "I'm always in love." They say, "It seems like you've been posting a lot of heartbreak." In order to become something, you must first be something that's about to take place. There is a breaking that has to take place, but there also is a healing process. I will be healing my heart. Mother's Day, pre-Mother's Day. It's an idea. It's a thought. I'm going to challenge you in some areas. I need to close up some things that I opened up. I believe that we are in the right direction if we take the time out. If we think different, we will get something different, right? Life was about discovering who you are. Let's just go for a walk for a second. Let's walk for a second. For all of you that had a mother or you became a mother, you must understand it's a seed to be inserted inside the woman. She could not put a seed of her own. It had to come from a higher power. That would be the Father, right? And whoever the Father used to channel this energy inside of this woman's vessel, before she was born, it developed inside and continues to develop. It continued to develop. And while it was in a developing process, the mother of that particular seed was carrying what was developing inside of her. Come on, y'all. What's developing inside of you right now? Inside of your mind, inside of your heart. What is your heart desires right now? Let's flip this thing. Let's go. Somebody planted an idea. You wanted a house. You wanted a car. You wanted to be involved with somebody. You wanted something specific. You wanted to make a change to yourself. And it happened. It keep happening, right? Every idea that you desire to do, it starts off with as an idea, and you nurture the idea. You nurture the idea, right? You make a request, it starts the receiving process. For many of you, as well as myself, we are in the middle of a process. If I haven't shown you anything up until this point, I have showed you how to constantly manifest the things you want. I have showed you constantly how to bring forth the things you desire to have. You don't get a vision. You manifest a vision, or you live in a vision, or you release a vision. What is the vision that you're releasing for yourself? Is it not bigger than where you at? Is it not better than where you at? Is it not greater than where you was? Everything that's behind you doesn't happen already. Where you at right now is grounded in the present right now. One twist, which is what's going to happen, is about to send you thrusting forward to where you're going. When I look at what God is delivering through me and showing me now, he has literally showed himself in everything I do, including this broadcast and the people that has been selected to receive and different for the people that connects to you. It's not about you. It's the ones that will be coming to you. That's who you're getting ready for. I just love one of my friends, good friends of mine. His mom passed, so they buried her today, right? Praying for their family. The Ruckers and the Johnsons family, right? There was a Johnson. His mama was a Johnson. And when you listen and you really understand, you guys, life is not saying I'm too old. Life is about maturing. When you mature, that means you're getting something that you couldn't give yourself. When you become a student, a teacher will appear. Many of us, we don't look to be a student because we told ourselves a long time ago that I'm done with school. And we thought the only way to be a student is to go to school. That is a rude awakening right here. You have to become a student, and you also have to be a teacher. And I'm asking you guys right now to look at yourself and ask yourself, what exactly have you taught yourself? When it comes down to dealing with the things you desire, a lot of the things about you is arguing or going back and forth, whatever issue that you have, is a hindrance because you lack the understanding. And I'm here to bring understanding so that we can have a better view on how to accomplish this thing. No one showed you what I was sent to show you with you. But once you get it, There will be a floodgate that will open up, that will send people to you. And that's what we're preparing for. That's what you preparing for, right? I know we like to choose. Oh, the spirit be so heavy. I know you like to choose what you desire. And we like to base life off of things, right? Once we get one thing, is it not that we want something else? Once you wear one pair of shoes, don't you want another pair of shoes? When you get one purse, don't you want another purse? Mothers, please listen. Everything that you have birthed, you had to nurture it. It's a reminder. Yeah. It's a reminder. Mother's Day is a reminder about how to nurture something that you birthed. Some of you, what you birthed, asked for. You didn't ask to be pregnant. You didn't know if you was going to have a boy or a girl. You just knew that you was pregnant and something was coming out of you that not only do you have to carry it, but you also have to nurture it with love and affection. Let's go. Moving forward. If you can use your mind and understand this process that happens outwardly. A lot of you are mothers, but then you'll go look at your mother because you'll say, this is the lady who raised me. Some people might say, my mama didn't raise me, my grandmother raised me. Or my mama didn't raise me, but my auntie raised me, right? Or my mama didn't raise me, but this other lady, she's my godmother, right? Because you found something in her that you yearned for, that you needed, and you gravitated to that energy, or that energy gravitated to you. So you never missed out on anything. Now, that's for who raised you. Now, for all the other mothers and for my guys that you listening, please pay attention to this, because this is really something that's worth talking about. This is something that's worth receiving. What am I looking to do? I'm looking to learn, unlearn, and relearn. I'm looking to reroute, alternate route, and bring forth a system to a problem that we all have suffered from. You have answers locked up inside of you, and I want to go in and get those answers out of you so that we can make some adjustments in our life. I know we're going to be getting flowers, and you're going to be getting balloons, and you're going to be getting clouds, and you're going to be saying, this is my day. And why is it your day? Because you stay faithful to nurturing what you birth. But what if I told you that there's ideas that you're supposed to birth, but you aborted? What if I told you that God gave you some specific things? You gave God some requests. This is for my guys too. You don't even have to believe in God. God believes in you. You, deep down in your mind, deep down in your soul, deep down in your inner self, you have asked the higher power for something that was not tangible, because all the things in your life is already created. Money is already here. Any car you desire has already been created. Anything, any shoe you want has already been created. Any purse you want has already been created. But there's some things deep down inside of you, right, that you talk to something higher than yourself about. And he gave you this idea. You gave it to him, and you walked away. You didn't nurture it. You didn't mother it. Anything that's going to be birthed, anything that's going to be produced, anything that's going to be manifest has to be nurtured. For you, it has to be love. Love. But the definition of love was always jacked up at the very beginning. You say, I love you too. Your kids, you got to know, I love you, look at me, I love you. Your kids looking like, I love you too. You have not taught them anything, because that word that you was trying to put emphasis on had no root to it, because your actions had more root than that word. For some of you, you led with your actions. You took care of your kids. You didn't need no I love you for that. You didn't need no thank you every time he cooked Every time you cooked and put that meal down in front of that, you didn't need that child to say, thank you. You didn't need that because your actions lined up with your love. So you didn't need the word. What am I saying? I'm saying anything you birth requires nurture. It needs to be nurtured and it needs to be loved, including you. This is self-manifestation. You have not nurtured the gifts that God gave you. If you perfect gifts. Hey. Oh, this is nothing but the Spirit talking, you guys. Watch this. Let me show you how the Spirit moves when it moves in me. This is a rude awakening. He say every gift is perfect, right? The perfect gifts comes from who? It comes from God. This is in scriptures. Watch this. Watch this. If the perfect gifts, which it does, come from God, then have you took the time out to nurture your perfect gifts? What is a perfect gift? Is not the gift to hear? Is this not a gift to be able to hear? Have you nurtured that gift? Have you loved the fact that you can actually hear? Come on now. This is very important. He said deliverance comes from hearing. But if I gave you the gift to hear, but you never loved the gift to hear, you never nurtured the gift to hear, well, guess what? And we all left. And we come up with this broadcast, and guess what you do? Can you hear my voice? Get something different, but you still, I'm using the same ears that your parents use. I'm using the same ears that your school, elementary school, your high school. I'm using the same ears that your church and your spiritual leaders use. And you couldn't hear anything when it came down to you. But when you got on this broadcast, you can hear. You didn't nurture the perfect gifts. What if I told you your eyes was a perfect gift? Didn't I not tell you? You can't see this thing. I know I'm moving. I'm gonna shift this thing. This broadcast again. All right. So let's link it up. Let's rewrap. Let's rewrap. These are gifts, you guys. The ability to be able to hear. God gave you 2 ears. That's a gift that you never nurtured. You just used it. Let's go, Felicia. You just used it, all right? He gave you 2 eyes, but the eyes you can't make on your own because why? He gave you these eyes so you can see out of. So something in you see out of these eyes, and you can see the things that's going on around you that's already manifested. But what am I saying? Every perfect gift comes from God. Have you nurtured your gift? Have you loved your gift? Is this not the reason why you lack the love for yourself? This is self-love right here, you guys. Let's go. He gave you a nose so you can smell. You can smell the roses. You can smell the things that's around you, right? You can close your eyes and you can pretty much know what's going on around you. He gave you a nose to pick up scent. You can sense danger. Come on now, let's go deeper. You can sense when danger is around. Let's go. You know how a dog is? When a dog, it can detect when you scared. It can detect when you scared. It can detect when you scared. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? Are you not scared of yourself? You are scared of yourself because you have not seen yourself. Because the best is yet to come out of you. You thought what you've been doing was you. That's not you. You see, when a dog loves you and he feels the love, it wags his tail because it's friendly, it's happy. But when a dog see that you fear him, then he reacts and you react and he gets angry and upset. Many of you are angry and upset because you don't understand something about this thing called life. Any perfect gift has to be nurtured. Any perfect gift has to be loved. And if you neglect loving yourself, nurturing yourself, watering yourself, then that's why it's a shortage. It's a shortage when it comes down to the things that makes up your life. It's a shortage when it comes down to the things you desire. This is about healing the heart. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. How many things have you done and you failed at? Why did you fail? How did you fail? You didn't have the instructions. You didn't nurture yourself before you tried to nurture something else. What am I saying? I'm saying that your mother abilities is the ability to know that you about to birth something. And when you birth something, you have to nurture what you birth. And when you have feelings, it's because of what's nurtured, what's being birthed through you, for you. You should be excited. You should be happy that you have. Many of you won't love. You won't love, but you have to make sure that the perfect gifts that was given to you, you always nurture your ears with nothing but possibility. Don't allow what you see to dictate what you do. What you do has to come for you. It has to come for you. It has to come from for you, and it has to come through you. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's like a job. It's like a job. Many of you have jobs with benefits, like a construction worker, right? A construction worker that uses his hand, he wants benefits. What is the benefits? The benefits is he got medical benefits and he has dental benefits, right? Many of us, we want to talk to God, but we lack the benefits, but we want benefits. What am I saying? There's benefits when you understand Christ. There's benefits when you understand Christ. I have God with benefits. How do I know this? Because God, John 3:16, God, higher self, so love. What is love? Love is freedom. When you have freedom to express yourself, when you have a freedom to be a mother, when you have a freedom to mother the way that you see fit, to governor the way that you see fit, it has nothing to do with what you was taught. It's an intuition. It comes from you. Carry this. You an idea. You saw what it is that you wanted to do, right? It's a vision. Vision can be manifested. And it also has to be released. The type of mother you wanted to be. You couldn't pick the type of mother that you wanted your mother to be. You just accepted her in her title based on whatever. I know people who this was their mother, but they said this person was their mother. What am I saying? The title, the description, the vision. Come on now, many of you, your mother might not even had a vision for mothering you. She just did it. Now it's your turn. But before you sit here and try to mother anything else, you got to mother yourself. You got to mother and nurture the gift. Come on, guys. This is where we come in right now. Father God, I ask that you will be present right now. Lord, I know this message that you have given me, this one right here, this pre-Mother's Day message is about nurturing, mothering, governing, loving, and healing the heart. The heart is getting in the fight, getting yourself back online. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, God, the perfect gifts that you have provided us with. Thank you for giving us eyes that we can see out of. Thank you for giving us ears that allow us to hear and pick up sound. Thank you for giving us the eyes that allows us to pick up heat. Thank you, God, for allowing us to have a nose that can smell, that can sense things. God, thank you for the senses that you have allowed for us to use. Let's go. Thank you, God, for allowing the vibrations for us when we speak, that when we open our mouth, vibrations comes out and we can hear words. Come on. Now we can sing, we can worship, we can do a whole lot because he provided us with the perfect gifts. And for today, we are taking this day to nurture the gift, Come on now.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get this. Father God, I thank you for what you're doing right now in this hour. in our lives. In your son, Jesus Christ's name, we pray. Had to go there quick, you guys.
Yay.
Listen. I don't know if YouTube's still on. YouTube is still live. This is the Rude Awakening right now that takes place in 3 o'clock hour. The seasons is changing. Listen, I did a skate jam. The Invisible Crown Army, we did this. I bring to you guys. Many people didn't show up for the skate jam. They didn't come. Don't worry about it. They show up to something that was made available for them. But for some people to skate, right? Never getting on the skate floor. And then there was people that showed up, came on the floor, had skates, got on the skates, was going around skating. Why did not people get on that skate floor? Was it not because of the fear of falling? People didn't skate because they feared falling. So, but they desired to skate. They want to learn how to skate. They want to go to classes so they can learn how to skate. But they didn't go out there and try for the fear of falling. It's actually the one that actually failed. But when you fall, people are watching you and people are waiting on you. And what they're waiting on you to do is fall. They're waiting on you to fail. So they're watching while you trying to live your life and do your life. Other people out here are trying to do their life too. They ain't thinking about you. But some of you got to take your attention off of them and put your attention back on you, back on your desires. The only thing you gonna get better in is the things you practice. Practice don't make you perfect. Practice makes you better. God said you have to practice, right? Practice. What am I meaning? I mean, he said you have to nurture every perfect gift. You have to nurture the perfect gift. Your child, perfect gift. But if you didn't nurture your child, if you didn't nurture the idea, if you didn't nurture the desire, if you didn't nurture what it is you birth, it will go astray. It will go astray. This is the resistance that we're seeing right now. We're not nurturing the perfect gifts that God has given us. I want to go into the scripture real quick, you guys. Also, wait. Let me cut this off. Also, I want to tell you, I pour out my heart because I want to give you guys, this is Mental Health Month. This is Mental Health Month. Mental health awareness. And I was thinking, if I would have known about mental health awareness, maybe my son will be here, my oldest son. Maybe he'll be here, right? This is the month of May. We celebrate mental health awareness. This particular month, I'm going to focus more on his heart. For many of you, your heart is this thing that pumps the blood. This is not the heart. But I will go some of you because the mission is not about me. The mission is not about you. The mission is who and how many people will be developed from you by watching you. How many people will be developed by watching you? How many women will be created from the rib of the man when he becomes a man? A man has the best interest of everything around him because he learned at this point that it's not about him. It's bigger than him and what can be birthed by him and through him. That's the power. As a woman, nurturing things. You nurture the gifts that your child have. You nurture the things that's around you. But what didn't happen is there was something called leprosy. Leprosy in scripture is a disease, right? it was a disease. Some people say it's a skin disease. That just means outwardly, not skin like this skin, outwardly, meaning it's an outer effect of what everybody sees. So if I take a close look at you and listen to you, I can see if leprosy or not. What does it mean? It's a disconnect. Think mentally. Leprosy is a disconnect from God. To live based off of your senses. What is your senses? Your senses is your eyes. See, we imitate what we see, not what we know, what we see. When we see someone else doing this, and we see nothing happens from what we can see, then we end up doing the exact same thing that we see. This is considered to be one of the senses. Another sense, the ears, what you hear. So when you hear certain things, you listen to music, you feel some type of way. You listen to music, you feel emotional. You listen to love, you want love. You listen to Cardi B, you want Cardi B. You listen to Lil Kim, you pick up this based off of what you hear. You use, it was a savage, it was a baddie, it was a little thotty, it was every little that comes out when you hear it, you pick it up and it forms your world. This is considered to be leprosy, a disease, a discomfort. Disease is two words broken up into discomfort. That means I'm not comfortable in what I participate in. I'm not comfortable, even though I just went and let's just say you indulged in a sexual activity. Soon as it was done, you was discomfortable or you was at a disease that basically the disease, you still felt lonely. You still felt broken. You still felt that there's nothing there. What am I saying? That means you was broken away from the creator and you went to live under your senses, right? Things you can touch. Actions speak louder than words, right? You got a better chance on let me hear your words because deliverance comes from hearing, but you don't want to hear because you haven't nurtured the gift of hearing because of the things you hear. You listen to music that don't have anything to do with you, but you relate it to how you feel. So you take on feelings and emotions that's not yours. You nurture something that don't have anything to do with you. Facts. So superstitions, right? Fear is considered to be leprosy because you live it outside of the creation of what you created, of what God created. When he gave you the desires, he said, I'll give you the desires of your heart. But if your heart has been broken, then it's about time you honor the brokenness because the only way the heart can be broken is due to wrong thinking. And when you understand that this is the most important part of the body, it says the body, right? The body of Christ. Isn't it not the things that makes up the life that you want to live? You see, I go through Christ to accomplish and govern the things that I desire to have at this point. So I'm going through Christ to manifest what I desire. Y'all don't got that? Y'all want to go deeper? Felicia, do you want to go deeper? I can take you deeper. Yes, God. So what am I saying? Leprosy is being isolated from Christ and using senses to create life. Somebody say go deeper. Let's go deeper. John 3:16 states, God, that's the Father, higher power. Nobody got nothing to do with that. Higher power. So love. What is love? Love is freedom. Freedom is expression, which is every one of you have the right to express the type of life you want to live, to either manifest or release. That means your best life has to be released or it has to be manifest, but it will not just be given to you. You have to release it and nurture the things that's necessary to produce it, right? Wait. God so loved the world that he right? His only means one, means no other. So understand this part. Let's go, Sonia. Only meaning he sent only his only son, right? His only begotten son. Understand who's the son. The son is higher self. The son is Christ. The son is higher self. So that it says, me and the Father are one, right? Are one, but I'm not the Father. So when he sent his only begotten son, that whosoever, whatever your name is just what someone called you. Name mean nature. Name mean nature. Whatever your name is, that's your nature. Whoever, that means whoever you think you are, right? There's a million something Kimberly in this world. A million something Kimberlys. There's a million something Alicias. There's a million something Sonia. But when it comes to you, you will say this Sonia. You will say this Felicia. You talking about this Felicia? Whatever, you can give an account, and you have to give an account for yourself. Manifestation. Whosoever, right? Whosoever believe in him. The opposite of believe in him is out. So listening to what you was listening, you was reading scriptures out of him, not in him. Today, you learning what it means to go in him and through him. That's I Am My Life Coach. Whosoever believe in him will, they go to open, have everlasting life. Everlasting life. Let's go deeper. When that was a story. Oh, wait. I got to close up this one story, you guys. Let me close this one story up, and then I hit you with something different, and we close out. Give me 10 minutes, and we done. Go to John 11. John 11, and I'm closing on the Lazarus because I asked God if I could go at this one more time. John 11, verse 30. Now, Jesus hasn't entered yet into the village, but was still at the place where Martha had met him. Remember, I stated to you, when Jesus to meet up at another, watch this. Let's scroll down. And the Jews who had come along with her, did not say, oh my God, hey. Okay. Remember I said leprosy is your senses, it's being isolated. I mean, your senses in life, your human nature, right? Your human nature, your eyes, based off the things you hear, right? This is because we haven't taught ourselves, right? We haven't taught ourselves what we should have taught ourselves, right? Watch this. I'm going to prove it to you. When Jesus saw her weeping, and Jesus and the Jews who came along with her also weeping, did not say some people will do what they see somebody else do. This is a lot of the things that's wrong right now. Watch out for then make sure you're not imitating what you see somebody else doing, right? Watch this. He was deeply moved in the spirit and troubled. Stop. Notice it says Jesus, when he saw them weeping, and the other people that came along with him, with that person doing the exact same thing. Listen to this. Jesus was a man at the time, deeply moved in spirit, not outside. See, outside leprosy, inside spirit, and trouble. Why am I troubled? Because y'all they didn't have an understanding of I Am My Life Coach. Let's just start there. They didn't have no understanding. Remember, she said, if you could have been here, my brother would have never died. Died means lower self. Right? If he was in your life, Jesus is your higher self. So if you keep looking for the higher you, then the lower you, now you understand what she was trying to say. So Jesus steps in, right? I got to move. He said, come. Where have you laid him at? Let's go on down to the tomb when he wakes him up. At once, Jesus, verse 38, John 11, verse 38. Jesus once more moved deeply, came to the tomb. It was a cave with a stone laid in front of the entrance. Stop right here. The stone that's laid in front of the entrance is you putting a stone yourself, telling yourself you cannot do. The thoughts that you keep saying, why I can't have what it is, and they was or whatever was on teach. And somebody had their friends, and they couldn't get into the house to do what everybody else done. I'll teach this on a rude awakening, Felicia. So they had to go an alternate route. They went up on the roof. The roof represents higher self. And they tore the roof off. That means I can look up now and light can come in. What am I doing? I'm tearing the wall down that keep you from going to your higher self. And what they was doing, he healed the one you share his podcast with just because of your faith. You see, Sonia, we got the army. We're the Invisible Crown Army. And we have definitely crossed over. But we here to get the people, to get this work, to get this understanding. But it's according to your faith. So as long as you and the people that connected to you will continue to be healed. Continue to be healed. I'll go deeper back. I'll go deeper in a second. Let's shift back. Jesus said, verse 39, take the stone away. Take the stone away. Take the stone away. Jesus did not take the stone away. He told you to take the stone away. Many things that's blocking you. Ask yourself, what's holding you back? Many of you want to use leprosy. You want to use outward. You want to use your eyes. If you say and understand, remove the stone, right? Let's go. But he has been in there for 4 days. What is going on right now? Isn't this not? Your intuition, boy. In service, what I'm trying to express to you, I know that I'm a vessel. I give and I give. I sometimes do have an issue where I stop like, God, look, I need to release them. I need to release people that's not getting this. This is too much for me. I pray against a lot of things, right? Some of the things I'm praying against it's not my issue. Actually, your issue. Jezebel spirits is not after me. It's after you. What's a Jezebel spirit? Let me give it to you. I can't see. I'm just going to help real quick. Jezebel, when God is telling you to go bigger, better, and greater, and it decides to look at something different. And it says, look over here, look over here, look over here, look over. It takes your attention and put it on a pair of shoes. It takes your attention and make you crave something that you should not have. It makes you crave ice cream. It makes you crave knowing you got high blood pressure, but you're gonna go get one, you're gonna go get you some more caramel corn, extra cheese, or whatever, some Chicago mixed popcorn. You're going knowing that you trying to be healthy, but you want another sip of Pepsi. You need to feel that burn in your throat, right? From some ginger ale because you want to belch or whatever. That's a Jezebel spirit. Just so you're going to do what it is that people tell you, which is, Jezebel's be hurt. Flirting with anything that will hinder you from the desires of your heart. And we're mature right now. The Jezebel spirit is anything that will away from where it is of the desires of your heart. You desire something bigger, better, and greater. But the Jezebel spirit comes again in a solid, sound individual, deeply rooted, so that you may grow into Christ. And now that you have matured, you use Christ to help you make choices and decisions for the things that goes on around you. But what we believe is that we like to use leprosy, which is a disease, use our senses, which is our eyes, to dictate something. A whole what we can talk based off our wrong intuition. I think he liked me. Intuition, that's not your senses. Those is all things, gifts given to you by God. Every perfect gift needs to be nurtured. God has given you perfect gifts. He gave you ears that didn't need a hearing aid. But why did you end up needing a hearing aid? Is it not because you listen to loud music? God has given you perfect gifts. Now I got messed up. Is it not because you sit here and you scrunching and you're not, the things you focusing on, you didn't put sunglasses on and stuff like that? Let's be clear, you guys, as I close out.
Yeah.
If sin kept you away from God, if you cut all your hair off, it wouldn't grow back. Because God, right? How can you cut your hair off and your hair grow back? How could you cut yourself and your skin heal itself if you are a sinner? Sinners, we was taught, keeps you alienated from God. No, sinners is when you don't have no understanding of God. To be living in sin is to be ignorant of how this thing with you and God works. If I cut my whole beard off, if I cut my eyebrows off, if I cut all hair off, naturally, it will grow back on its own. If I got a cut back here, I got a cut on my hand, cut my hand again to heal itself. If we went to the store, the liquor store, to buy, and you're going to pay for your sin. I just bought this drink with my money. Didn't I just pay for it? Right? Let's say you have whatever alcohol, and then you go drink some ice cream or some milk. Your stomach get upset. It's agreeing with your system. It doesn't remove you from God when God created you. What removed you from God is the people you listen to. It's your understanding, which is no understanding at all. Everything will reset. We in a season of reset as well. What you release is what you birth is what you have to nurture. For many of us, I Am My Life Coach was a pregnancy. That hope is manifesting. And now you are growing, and people have a problem with you growing. They don't have a problem with me. They have a problem with you. But that's why they have a problem with me, because they wasn't the ones that helped you grow. They was the ones that hindered you from growing. You thought they was going to help you. They never helped you. You had to go to somebody that basically was helping himself. And when he was helping himself, you grew together. We can't go back to where we was. We only can press forward. But in our pressing forward, as I close out, you guys, because my phones is already telling me it's about that time. Listen, Jesus said, take the stone away. So he took the stone away. And in verse 4, I just told you John 3:16 is really right. Father, this is his prayer. Father, highest self. Father, I thank you that you have heard me. You get it? He hears us now. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefits of people standing here. When you are around, people will benefit from you being around. Okay? People will benefit from you being around. When God blesses you, it will be to their benefits. Okay? He's showing you what's about to happen. He said, I said this because for the people that's around, they will benefit from this. And they may believe that you sent me to tell you that I Am My Life Coach is an inner concept out to teach. When you're coming in from teaching, when you're going out to be a student, when you're coming back from being a student, anything that you participate in, you're going to need to be grounded. I Am My Life Coach is your grounding. In verse 43, as I close out, when he said this, called out loudly, here go that name again, whosoever, right? Whosoever has to have a name. Lazarus, come out. Whosoever will be, whatever your name is, say your name and come out. Adonis, come out. Come out. Come out of the walls. Come out of the hole they put you in. Come out of the position. You are being released. You are being released from darkness. You're being released from lower level. You're being released and you about to come out.
Yeah.
The dead man, his hand, his feet. Hand is what he used to build things and hold things. His feet is what was used to walk. But when people keep you from walking and when people keep you from building things, come on now, and a cloth was around his face, that means you couldn't even see him. He couldn't see. Just walking around, couldn't even see where he was going. That's why it says the word zombie come from. Because when you're standing up here like a zombie, that means you don't have a grounding and Christ is not present yet. How many zombies is moving around in your life? Because on Monday, I will meet you in the 7 o'clock hour for the Mighty Monday Meltdown, because it's about to be a tomb raider on deck. And I have to go raid some of these tombs and get these haunted houses brought down. I got to bring the haunted houses down, you guys, and I need your help. I need you to go deep down inside of you and tear down anything that don't belong in you. Come on now. That's the journey we're going to take. And at the end of this break, which is the Mighty Monday Meltdown, it says, and Jesus said, take off the grave clothes and let him go. Go, meaning release him. See, release him from what he's done, okay? Because long as you hold in him, it only proves that you're not going nowhere. See, release him. You get where I'm going? And let him go. Because I got to deal with you in order so you can get where you're going. This has been an amazing experience for me, you guys. Healing the heart is the topic. Got off to a late jump. I will do better. I'm probably going to move to another location with my whole little setup. I feel comfortable here, but sometimes when my comfortability has been threatened, that means I have to move somewhere else. That means I have to relocate. I'm going to have to do some readjustments. I hope I hit everything that was necessary. I'm looking at this time. Time is good. Remember, you guys, excuse me. Remember, you guys, Mother's Day is about nurturing something, nurturing what you birth, nurturing what you're bringing out, right? Mother's Day is about delivering something, nurturing, loving. Do not overlook yourself. You have to make sure every perfect gift comes from God, but you must admit we have neglected the perfect gifts. Many of you, you want it to be the perfect gift for somebody else. I'm the perfect gift. How do you perfect gift when you don't know how to listen? You don't even use your ears for your own advantage. To find directions. You don't use your ears to get information, right? You use your eyes to try to dictate what somebody else doing in their life, but you won't use your eyes to read a book, to put something in your head. This is what he's talking about. Nurture. Every perfect gift comes from God. You have to nurture the perfect gifts, including your relationships. I got to go deeper, you guys. I don't want to do it today, but I have to get us in a new position as a whole. I feel very strong about the direction we're going in as individuals. I believe that we are definitely leaders and we're being called to people. Sorry, we're not being called to people. People are being called to us. It might be one person. It might be two people. You are migrating. You're going to have your own business. Anything you desire, right? Anything you desire, you only can desire it from the higher source. That's what you have to stay faithful to. That's what you have to nurture. That's what you have to make good on. You have to water what you desire to have. I challenge you this for the next couple of days, the next week. Keep speaking into what you desire. Use that word desire. Oh yeah. Use that word desire, right? God, this is what I desire to have. When you get around your friends, say, this is how I desire to be, right? You have to speak for yourself. And when you're speaking for yourself, right, it's going to be the beautiful thing because you're using a word that has a true meaning. That means you planted something new. Stop saying things that does not go with you. You have to be very specific when you're dealing with your God in your request. He say, you have not because you ask not. Let's be honest. Let's convict everybody right now. Have you went into your prayer closet and said, God, I pray for a bag. I pray for a bag, God. I pray for a bag. And did he not give you a grocery rag? Did you not grab them garbage bags out? Give them garbage bags out. You have to be specific. But see, we out in the world decreeing and declare. He says, speak that you exist. But you allow the world to dictate how you talk. And now you got to go out here and chase that bag. And what bag might that be? This is the ignorance that has messed up. Just like I told you in the coming in. You ain't asked for a ship. Last time you asked for a boat, didn't I give you a boat? You went and bought it, right? What do you mean a ship? A ship never came in. Who created this idea for you? I don't know. Why are you saying this to me? You don't talk to me like that. You're right. You have to know your God because your God knows you. If your finances is being challenged, and Lord, my finances is being challenged, taking too much of my attention right now, God. And the only reason why I need my finances to be up because I don't want to keep putting limitations and applying for things because I don't know how to get what I desire to have, Lord. If my name can come up for employment, if my name can come up for a job, if my name can come up, even if I had an idea to start a business or to go to school, Lord, I need the resources in order to make that thing happen. What am I saying? You have to nurture it and you have to make sure that your requests match what you desire to have. It has to match it. It has to, you can't be saying, you can't be saying, I need to get me some. Somewhat. That's foolishness. This is about maturity, you guys. I'm so honest with you right now. You have to really think about how you've been addressing your God. Higher self ain't playing with lower self. But lower self been playing majority of your life. Lower self been messing everything up now, to the point where you know what I mean, has a meaning of its own, and you don't even. We cannot allow this to keep going on like this. We have to be specific in the request. If not, you will think that your God is not working for you. Your God been waiting on you. Unfortunately, you've been looking at somebody else. And looking at somebody else, access God and talk about God and saying all them things, it sounds good. But that's idolatry. He literally said but you wouldn't know this because nobody taught you this. You heard the word idolatry. This is what it means. It means exactly what you just did. You took your God and what he can do. And you start looking at somebody else and you was clapping, looking at them. Man, they like, and God told me, and then how you question, well, my God ain't told me nothing. Because you wasn't clear in your request with your God. You wasn't nurturing what it is that he told you to nurture. As a matter of fact, you left your God to go serve somebody else's. You left your position to go serve someone else. And when you left your God, that will be adultery. Because he is the father. He's the groomsman. And you are the groom. He said, I'm coming to marry you. And to marry you, meaning you can do all things through me. You can do all. Listen, I can do all things through Christ. Christ. That's what to do is get to your higher self. All you do is lower self to manipulate you, to lead you in the wrong direction. And ask, did not Christ say this to you? When you pray, say, lead me not into temptation. Your higher self will never tempt you to do anything wrong. It's your lower nature that keeps tempting you to go back to what you're familiar to. Love is on a whole nother level now. It's called expression. How you express yourself is love. The freedom to express yourself is love. And if you have a problem with the freedom to express your love, then you can never receive any type of love. Thank you, guys. Peace out. That's the rude awakening. Okay? Hope y'all got that message.